Hello, and welcome to another walkthrough from Wonks. Today, we're going to talk about Google Ads and the new campaigns that they have launched, Demand Gen. So they are not so new. We have a few accounts which are already using them. So we would like to expand on how our experience has been on the Demand Gen campaigns and how your company can leverage what functionality and targeting that they bring in so that we can improve that return on ad spend and reach for you. So demand gen campaigns work quite hand in hand with something like a performance max campaign. So a few months ago, we actually launched a product called Performance Max Extension, which basically adds on to the reporting of what exactly your Performance Max campaign is doing. So it can actually look at which channels it is targeting. So as we know, Performance Max campaign can target like search campaign, search channels, the shopping channels for e-commerce clients, the YouTube, the Gmail, and the display network, which predominantly means all the display websites it can go to, for example, news channels or weather websites and every other website in between as well. So when we did that PME work and we started analyzing so where all these placements for Performance Max have been going, so we noticed predominantly Google was focusing on the shopping and search channels only and not onto the display and YouTube channels for the clients. So even though in some cases you had better return on ad spend coming from display and YouTube channels instead of just the shopping and search. I think that was because of the amount of searches that happen on the Google search engine results page. And sometimes the campaigns are limited by budget, and you are also bidding on maximizing the conversion value or maximizing the conversions. So then it actually focuses on only the shopping and search side of things, don't go into the display and YouTube. So we found that there is a drawback of just using the Performance Max campaign. So that's why we have started including something like a demand gen campaign, which basically targets predominantly on display and YouTube channels. So, just to give you a context on how the demand gen campaign can actually work, and they work quite hand in hand in improving the performance coming from your Performance Max campaign as well. So, we have actually been working on a few accounts to work them at the same time, and we are seeing, yes, demand gen is doing some revenue upgrade, like some bringing in some extra revenue, some extra conversions, but actually our Performance Max campaign started to improve even further. So I'll show you how that functionality works, like how we actually can go back to that. So if I share my screen here, so what you will see on my screen here, that this is basically what a conversion funnel actually looks like. So you have awareness when people are still thinking about, hey, should I purchase from your brand? What brand should I go with? What product should I go? All those back and forth decision making that is happening right now. And then people would consider something that, yeah, they definitely want to buy this product. Now they are considering which websites, which retailer that they need to go to. And then the actual conversion happens. So the Performance Max campaign sits in the consideration phase where I want to buy, for example, an iPhone or Samsung. I made that search for the new Samsung phone. A Performance Max ad shows up shopping and a search on the search engine results page. So I ad displayed. It knows that I'm looking for a Samsung phone because of my keyword intent. And then it basically captures my attention. I get the click and a conversion happens. So this one actually, the Performance Max sits under the consideration and conversion piece only. Whereas we can actually take a step further with the demand gen campaign, where you can actually use that at the awareness phase as well. So the demand gen campaign can actually use the same machine learning targeting that you already have in your Performance Max, but actually can go to the display and YouTube side of things for you well before they were considering the product. So for example, how many more people like me are out there who are actively searching for a Samsung and iPhone, but they have not made the Google search yet. They have not made that decision of discussing whether they will buy a phone or not. They are not considering it right now. So these people will be watching a YouTube video for whatever that they will be watching, or they will be going through some news channels, some reading some articles on Google or any other display network. So based on the persona, based on the targeting we have for these ideal person who should be buying from us, a demand gen campaign reaches them into an awareness phase where they tell them, hey, there is a new phone that has been launched. There is a new product that we are working on, or there is a service that we would like to offer if you are considering for that. So that actually starts educating that user of the product, the service that is out there, and giving them awareness about that this is something that they can be looking into. So when that awareness has already been established using something like a demand gen campaign, when they actually are thinking of considering it, they are in this phase, they actually get picked up by Performance Max campaign because this end user may have already been on your website and Google Analytics already know what is the probability of this user making a purchase now. And then it will tell Google Performance Max campaign, go and get the attention of that user right ahead so that we can capture that click, capture that conversion to happen. So it's very smooth sailing between how Performance Max campaign and the demand gen campaign can work hand in hand to get you the optimized targeting of what exactly people are looking. So there are different layouts how a demand gen campaign can go for. So it can also have like a image and shopping ad. It can also have a video and shopping ad where it only focuses on the video campaigns. The other one was the image campaigns, the display ads, and the new thing where Google is also launching something similar that Meta does on Facebook and Instagram. You can have carousel ads as well. So the carousel will actually go from one tab to another where you can go look at multiple services, multiple products. So if I show you what that actually looks like in general, so this is what the ad can look like on YouTube. So you see you have like these products being displayed, a video being played at the back, or a video can play on YouTube, and then products can display at the bottom, and something similar to that as well. And Google Discover Network on the Google app itself, where a user can actually go to the Google app and see those products being as in a carousel there. And then you see in the Gmail account, they can see the products being displayed at there as well too. And the similar you can see on some other networks as well, like you see the YouTube again, how it actually shows up in different layouts. So we have been finding it very focused, very good that it actually does yield the results, especially for the service or the products that are not being searched a lot online and Google is not prioritizing them because they don't sell very often as well. So you start educating the end user with your awareness piece with something like a demand gen campaign and let them easy to convert using a performance max campaign for a consideration. You don't need to think about spending extra cost on ad spend for this demand gen campaign as well. So you can basically take like an extra, I think the minimum Google requires for a demand gen campaign is $8 a day. So you can take out the $8 a day from your PMax campaign and put that into a demand gen along with run them same at the same time with the PMax. And then you start seeing demand gen is converting more and so by itself, but the PMax has started to convert even better. So they work very good collectively. And what we are starting to do for our clients is we are identifying which products is easier to move when they are in the consideration phase, and which products or which product categories or services requires a little bit more awareness for the performance max to do better. So yeah, that's where the demand gen campaign can actually really add value to your ecosystem of Google advertising. And yeah, so we will suggest you talk to your project manager on how to implement that demand gen campaign and how it can actually leverage in improving the return on ad spend in your ad account. Cheers, thank you. Have a good day. Bye.